Having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in
Good morning. I'm actually getting ready to go for a walk. I actually did get a run in yesterday, and I didn't really get a chance to do it too much this week, but got it done, and that's what matters. But I'm going to go for a walk today. It looks bright and sunny, looks good. But I wanted to show you guys something that came in the mail. I have not even really gotten into it at all. I'm going to wait for Nate, but this was my Christmas present. I'm excited. Let me show you. So I just took it out of the big box. I know it's such a looker, right? But out of the big box that it came in. But guys, guess what it is? It is actually like professional lighting with the shadow boxes and everything. But yeah, I have no idea how to put this all together, but I will definitely be using this come next year for sure. So that was from Nate. That was really, really sweet. I think he got it on Amazon. I'll link it below. I'll go through our order history. But if you guys are interested at all, now I'll tell you, it's not necessarily cheap, but it's also not like, you know, crazy. But here's the thing. If you guys remember, I actually got, maybe a couple months ago, that Osmo where it was like the handheld tripod. Well, you could set it up too, but it would like follow you around and stuff. And we ended up returning it actually. And then that was kind of the same amount almost anyway. So it was kind of just an exchange. It worked out. But I do want to say I really liked the Osmo for what it was. But I also feel like having had it for a couple months, I just wasn't using it enough for like what I do. And I remember I even did like a test trial of like, guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to use it for a full video. Let me know. And a lot of you liked it and got kind of like a reality TV vibe of just truly like being followed around and stuff. And I totally get it. But then a lot of you, and myself included, kind of were just like, you know, it's a little too much. It's too shaky. It's distracting from what it really needs to be. And I agree. So I do think though that it would be great for like outdoor stuff or things where you're super far away. It'd be awesome. But for just like at home in the kitchen and the kind of things that I do mostly, I just wasn't utilizing it. So can't go wrong with lighting. Now, on a good day, when you have actual natural daylight and stuff coming in, that's great. It usually is enough. But when it's tough, or, you know, especially now, I will tell you, when it gets dark around 4:30 here every day in this time of year, you're like trying to beat the clock all the time, because when that natural daylight goes away, even with artificial light, it's tough. It is. So I'm really excited to see, you know, the difference with that. And does it make a difference even if it's pitch black outside? You know, we'll see. But I'm excited, but I have no idea how to put that together. No clue. But yeah, so today's Saturday. Nate has got one more day today at work, and he's off tomorrow and then off on Christmas. And he is counting down because he is exhausted. He is, like we'd mentioned, he's working like 13-hour days, and it's a lot. He comes home and goes to bed basically, you know. But tomorrow he will be off, and I think we're going to do the grocery thing. I'm thinking Trader Joe's. What do you think? Don't hold me to it, but I think, because here's the other little update. It's not a bad thing. But again, Vlogmas officially ends on the 26th, which is a Saturday. And if I kept my identical schedule, as I normally do, of beyond Vlogmas, of Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays, I would be jumping right back into it. And I am going to take 1 week off, and I'm looking forward to it. I think we all need it. And so, but with that, I think this might technically tomorrow be the last grocery haul of the year. So we got to go out with a bang, you know what I mean? We'll see. I'll keep you posted with that, but that's my tentative plan. But yeah, I'm going to go for the walk, and then I'll show you what I'm doing for my meal of the day. I have no idea what, but we'll see. So I got my steps in, got it done. I'm making myself my echinacea tea. I always tell you guys about this. I have this daily, sometimes twice. Like, I love it, and I swear by it. I really do, but it's heating up and doing. But it just reminded me, I saw it going around, and I have never heard of it before, like ever. And I want to know if any of you, besides Miss Kristen, because I saw it on your Instagram and I know you're loving it so far, but I know you just got it. But let me know what you think. But apparently Instant Pot, right? Instant Pot. very popular, has Instant Pod, and it's a dual like Keurig / Nespresso maker. And I'm like, how have I never, ever heard of this before? And it sounds fabulous. It's like $80, which is like the same price for just that. But I want to know, do any of you know anything about it? Like, does it have good reviews? And I just feel like it's crazy. I've never heard of it, but got my tea coming. I use it for coffee and then just hot water too. It's what I do. But yeah, like I said, you guys know I do this every day. Swear by it. The Echinacea Plus tea. I've been really liking the throat coat one too. That one tastes really good. I'm out of it though now. But I do this every day and I take my daily vitamins linked below. Love them. Still take them. I'm on like month 8 or 9 now, I think. And I take my elderberry gummies. Let me grab them. Any brand will do, but elderberry, take it every day. And you could probably even do the syrup and stuff. I don't think it matters, but get it in. And then I have orange juice every day, like just a little bit. And I swear by it. I call it my little trifecta. I really do. I love it. And I knock on everything. I haven't been sick in years. So, you know, But here's the truth. I got back from my walk a little while ago and I was going to share with you guys what I was eating. But I tell you guys, I don't know what it is because I know it will change. But the only thing I can come up with, and I have mentioned this before, but my point is I had a PB&J and I've been loving that lately, but it's so boring. But I just really like having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the Dave's Killer Bread. It's fantastic. But my appetite has just not been there lately. Like, I don't know. And that is not me. But I mean, I'm eating. I totally am. It's just not as much. And in fact, even like, I would say it's kind of gone to like 2 meals a day. Again, nothing wrong with that. It's just not typical. But I think what it is, what I can gather from it, I'm trying hard to stay active, whether it's going on a walk, going on a run. I do a little bit with the dumbbells sometimes here, but for the most part, it is cardio based, right? Lately, since our gyms are closed and everything. And when I lift weights and I'm really into that, my appetite just skyrockets through the roof. And it makes sense. It does. But I think just because it's truly been now months of like, you know, and sometimes it doesn't happen right away of that appetite doing this sometimes, but since it's been a couple months now of not having that, like, I think it's finally just kind of like my body's going, yeah, I don't need that extra because I'm not doing that extra. I don't know, but it's really weird. But I thought, since I'm really not, you know, I don't have much to show you of food. I mean, it's 3:30. I'll eat something later, of course, but it may not be very eventful. It could be another PB&J. We'll see. But I thought, let's clean out the cabinets. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know, when you glance at it, do I really need to go to get groceries? Probably not. But I am running low on fresh stuff, and I do try, so to get that in, right? Kind of a disaster. And maybe we could, like, you know, go through some of it. I could show you my tried and trues, must-haves, and then show you stuff I haven't tried yet. What do you say? Let's do it. I've done actually true pantry tours before, and I don't know if I have this year, but I have in the past. At the end of the day, I do feel like I think they're cool videos, and maybe if I wasn't someone who already did the grocery hauls like I do, they'd be more interesting. But I mean, I've shown you all of it at one point or another in a haul, right? But why not? We're here. Let's do it. I'll show you some favorites, but I keep all my onions, and somehow I've accumulated like a ton. I go through spurts where it's like I run out because I eat one every single day with something, and then there's the other side of it all where I don't eat them at all and they just kind of pile up, but they last a long time. Again, my house is super cold too, so it's kind of no different than a fridge, right? It just is what it is. Keep all my oils over here. I have like I have a lot. I have some backup. So technically, like, I try to keep my top shelf of like overstock or things that are already like kind of opened in the fridge, and this will be the backup, but some of it's not all true with that, but most of it. But I do even have some more of the sprays up there, but I get these at Costco. I love them. They're great. I have some MCT oil. Love. This was actually from Costco too. I don't know if they have this brand anymore, the Sports Research one. Love it though. But this came in a 2-pack. I got some coconut oil back here. Some flax oil. We actually bought this originally, unfiltered flax oil. I mean, you can cook with it and stuff too, but this is what we use to season, is that the right term? Season the grill that we got, the big outdoor one, and you're supposed to season it for the first time. And I guess you're supposed to either use flaxseed oil or grapeseed oil. And so we did that with it. I have my nutritional yeast, get it from Trader Joe's. It is awesome. The price is really good on it. And I try to incorporate this a lot. Great B12, great protein. And I think it tastes really good. If you are new to eating it in general, it may not be your favorite thing at first because it is a little weird. And I know a lot of us vegans will tell you, oh, it's like a great cheese replacer. And it is. But if you are someone coming from eating, you know, real cheese all the time, and that's what you're used to, and someone tells you that's going to be your favorite cheese substitute, it might take a little time. But I love it now. I do. I do. I've got my soy wrappers. I have not used these in so long, but I gotta tell you, I personally love these, but I can only find them on like Amazon. I've never found them in store. This is Sushi Party soy wrapper. Basically it is just soy papers, and I use this instead of seaweed because I don't like seaweed. I just don't like it, and I think it ruins sushi, even though most people say that's what makes sushi. I'm just saying. But yeah, they sometimes have different flavored ones too, but it's just literally like sheets. There's tons in here. I don't even know how many, but you get a lot, 20 sheets in here. I need to start making those again. But they basically are flavorless. They really are. So if you're like me, you want what's in the sushi roll to really come through, not the actual roll. You know, I got some sun-dried tomatoes I never used, but they're there. Got my sweet potatoes. That's another must. I keep them in these bins. I've always been told, I don't know how true this really is, but I think I have kind of tested it, and it does seem to be true. But if you put your onions and potatoes together, I feel like a lot of people do that, myself included, and I still semi-do, but they're in 2 different bins technically that they're not touching. But apparently if you do that together, the potato will like root faster, which isn't great. But I don't know how true that is. Then I pretty much keep like my pastas and sauces and stuff that, you know, canned things up here. Gotta have the rigatoni, ideally from Trader Joe's, which is right back here. This is like my kids' all-time favorite. And the reason I say from Trader Joe's, they're huge. They are huge rigatoni noodles. And in comparison, I don't know if you'll really be able to tell, but this is from Walmart, and they're big too, but they're smaller, and he likes the big ones, and it's like the only place I can find them. I got some quinoa, some spaghetti, rices. I have my edamame pasta, which you can now find at so many places, which I have not had this in a very long time, but I swore by this, my friends. Like, I still do, but it's just funny how like I just haven't really gone to it lately. But when I was really, really active into weightlifting and, you know, on my weight loss journey with you guys over the last few years, this was like a daily for me. I love it. It's kind of like, if you go by the true, you know, calorie count, if that's what you're going off of, it's kind of no different than regular pasta. However, 1 serving of this is 24 grams of protein. It's awesome. And when you're trying to like bulk that up and keep the calories relatively down, it was a great thing for me. Like, I had to have it. So I get this at Sprouts. I get this at Thrive Market. Whole Foods has it now. A lot of places have it. Although Trader Joe's does not, at least yet. But I do recommend it if you're looking for an alternative. I do remember though that I didn't love it at first. Like it took me a minute. The texture is a little bit different. but I absolutely love it now. But it was a little weird at first. Just, you know, that first time of like, maybe you're expecting it to be like real pasta, and I mean, it's not, you know? I still need to try this. This is not brand new to Trader Joe's, but fairly new, and it's the Hearts of Palm pasta. Now this is kind of almost the sheer opposite, and I gotta try this, but it's literally 20 calories per serving. So if you eat this whole thing, it's 60 calories because it's 3 servings in here. There's like 3 grams of protein if you eat the whole thing. We'll have to see. I mean, it's cool to give you like a little fix, but overall, if you're just asking my opinion on what like I have kind of found myself gravitate towards during, you know, again, weight loss and all of that, I really try to find things that are still higher in protein, not because I think it's like absolutely important or anything. It's more of like, it keeps me full. And so when you're trying to lose weight, you also want to be very like, you know, satisfied. And so stuff like this, typically it was cool to try, just again, in general, but it maybe wouldn't stick with you long enough to actually, you know, keep you satisfied, and then you're eating another meal that you didn't plan on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna try that though, just see how it, you know, fares. I do like to get a lot of my beans, the dried beans from Thrive. Here's why. You can find dried beans pretty much anywhere now. I know Aldi has them too, really cheap. And dried beans are a great way to go because it is cheaper. Make them in your Instant Pot, you're all set. But what I have found, and just if you're someone that tries to buy organic when you can, I'm not a stickler, but I try. I find it really hard to find organic dried beans for the most part anyway. I bet Sprouts probably does. And things are harder right now because typically dried beans too, where you do have more selection, I feel like are also in like bulk bins and that kind of thing. And that has been like completely shut down this year. So I love to get them on Thrive. I have that link below as well. I'll have to stock up again, but I have a few left of that. Got some lentils back there too. I love that good lentil salad I have. I've showed that a few times. It's delicious. I would say it's maybe a little more like a summery dish because it's cold. But you know, lentil soup, that's always a must. That's delicious. These are also, again, like I said, kind of overstock, but I just opened the latest one, and this is my last backup, again, from Thrive. You guys know the drill if you've been following me a while. This is a must, and I have not found anything comparable to it, to be honest. I found like reduced sugar or even like half sugar ones, but not this, and it is my favorite. I love it. They have tons of flavors too, but I love the blueberry mostly. The wild blueberry fruit spread sweetened with fruit juice. So it's not that it's technically sugar free, 7 grams in here, but it's, again, it's not added like cane sugar. It's truly white grape juice concentrate and organic wild blueberries and apple pectin, citric acid. And that is it. It is fantastic. I love the texture of it. It's like jelly, and then it has actual whole little wild blueberries in it. It's bomb. It's so good. But yeah, I pulled that last one out when I opened the new one, and I'm like, can't run out. You know, I have like some vinegars and stuff. I always have to have a backup. You guys know the drill of my spicy taco sauce from Trader Joe's. It's a must. Love it. I got some, you know, I'm going to give it a whirl again, but I haven't yet. The tahini from Trader Joe's. I'm going to try it again, but I know I've tried this years ago, and I really was not a big fan of the Trader Joe's tahini, but I love the one from Sprouts, like their brand. But we'll give it a whirl again. It just wasn't the same like texture to it. We'll go in open-minded. We'll see. But this is a great base too if you're wanting to make like your own dressings. You can mix this with like a little bit of coconut aminos and drizzle it on top with some certain seasonings depending on what you're making. It's really, really good. I mean, it's not a low-calorie food. And what I mean is it's actually 220 calories for 2 tablespoons. Well, technically, peanut butter, as you know, is my jam, is technically less, but it's similar. It's very similar. It's 200 calories for peanut butter, but it's very similar, but it's good for you. It is, and that's the thing. We can't be afraid of calories. We just want to know what we're actually consuming. And again, I'm talking as if, you know, you're trying to find alternatives just because I've lived my life like that for some years now. But now it's just kind of, you know, I'm used to it all. It is what it is. I will tell you, this is new from Trader Joe's, fairly new. The organic raw raspberry vinegar. And I use this to make my broccoli salad. That's under my website too, under lunches, the broccoli salad. Now, I used even just store-bought mayo versus making my own, like that's listed on the recipe where you can do it with cashews. But anyway, instead of using like the white vinegar that it calls for, or apple cider vinegar, I use this. So good in that recipe. I loved it. I got my Better Than Bouillon. I have some in the fridge right now. But this is also a staple. You can pretty much find it anywhere. This one in particular is from Costco, and it's a bigger one. Love this. So I don't really buy like stocks anymore, like veggie broths and stocks, because that's it for me. I got some backup spices, but you guys know I keep my spices actually over there. So you're not going to see that in here, but I have plenty. I have quite a few. Love spices from Trader Joe's, and I love the spices again from Thrive. And then speaking of peanut butter, don't think it's not, you know, in my kitchen. It's just on the, like, you know, centerpiece of the island, because again, I eat it all the time. But you guys know I have the turntables, and I'll leave out like my oats. I've been back on the oatmeal kick. I eat this all the time too. I got my protein powders out there, and then of course the peanut butter. But it would typically make it to the pantry, but lately it's just out. But yeah, that's pretty much what's in that side. I have a little bit of canned beans, but for the most part, I do make them now in the Instant Pot. It's good. And then over here, you guys can see that, I think, too. Another late obsession of mine. I've kind of gotten away in like the last week or two, but we can bring it back. But I did for like a solid 2 weeks. This was like my snack of choice, Medjool dates. And so many of you told me that, Kim, put some peanut butter in it and you'll just thank me later, right? Yep. You weren't kidding. But seriously, even just eating it by itself, it's like eating caramel. It's phenomenal. I love it. These ones are from Costco, but you can, again, pretty much find them anywhere. Sunflower seeds, I'm always talking to you guys about too. I eat them all the time on salads. I love them. They're so good. They're actually really good on like baked potato too. They're good on everything. I have tons and tons. By the way, I will be doing a giveaway very, very soon. Be sure you're following me on Instagram because I'll do it there. But the Crazy Go Nuts, again, linked below. I love them. When I was baking with my mom last week, we put them in the cookies. In fact, they're so good. So we have tons of those too. Again, great snack. Tons of flavors. Love them. You know what else I've been liking? These. I put them in here because I took them out of the original packaging, but these are from Aldi, and they're just called like rice puff sticks. They're so good. Plus peanut butter on it. Anyway, and then another favorite too, this has been recently from Whole Foods, but the Back to Nature plant-based snacks, all their crackers, the Cheddalicious, like the Cheez-Its. You're welcome. They're so good. But I like these ones too. These are the roasted garlic and herb stone ground wheat crackers. And so what I do is I take that jam, again, that fruit spread, right? That blueberry fruit spread. And I take a big scoop of that. And then I take a big scoop of the vegan cream cheese from Trader Joe's. It's my favorite. And I put one on one side and one on the other, but they touch. It's a thing. And I take my cracker and I go right down the middle and I get a little bit of the jam and a little bit of the cream cheese. It's my favorite. I love it. You guys know I'm a chip girl. I'm a cracker girl. And that is like when I have that craving for that crunch. That's where it's at. It's so good. Try it out. Also, you guys know, again, talking about it again, and we'll get to the rest of it there, but I have the Safe and Fair Food Company kettle corn popcorn. I have the granola. Again, I'll link all these things I'm talking about that if I do have them below for you guys, but this has just truly become a must-have. It's bad. But this is new. This is the sweet and salty kettle popcorn quinoa chips. I did recently try their like barbecue quinoa chip things. I don't have any more of them. Delicious. They're very good. The pea protein like chips. They're good. Oh, I love that tea. But yeah, I gotta try these soon for you guys. But yeah, this is sweet and salty kettle one. And then I have the sweet sriracha and then the olive oil and sea salt again to try. I shared with you guys last week that Echo Earth Foods, the cacao powder, that stuff is good, my friends. Like that is really, really good. Again, it was like last Monday's video, I believe. And we did the giveaway for it and everything. But if you're looking for like a really, really good cacao powder, it's so good. It is really, really good. And then I got my egg replacer. That usually, all my baking stuff, it's kind of the boring stuff, but sugars, flours, all that. The egg replacer. As you guys know, this is a staple on everything. Featured in every recipe I show you pretty much. The crispy onions, you must have them. And they're so good. This one was from Costco. That's why it's so big. Got some chocolate chips and stuff too that I recently got for when we were doing the baking, but we didn't use those ones. But anyway, what else? I got some of the nut butters from Crazy Go Nuts. They're delicious. They're so good. And we got the Joy almond base, also linked below. Talk about it all the time. This is the cashew one. I still need to try it. I'm almost out of my almond base one. That's where you make your own almond milk. It's amazing. It's great. This was from a Vegan Cuts box, not the last one, but the one before where you got to like make your own chocolate milk, but it was like diabetic safe, like it's sugar free. Delicious. Love this. What else? More dates, some chia seeds. I don't eat those as much as I probably should. I should. And then I've got all the Safe and Fair granola your heart could desire. You just kind of keep going and going and going. I don't really have a favorite, to be honest. They're all good, all of them. Yep. So I have those. That's about it. It's a lot of food though, you know? And again, I'm thinking maybe Trader Joe's tomorrow because I do think it's a good place to go for, you know, your fresh produce stuff for sure. But then I've also been told that they now have the dairy-free mint bonbons. I'm there for it. I want to get my hands on them and try them for you guys. That's right, for you guys. But I'm thinking that tomorrow. We'll see. That's my pantry in a nutshell. You're welcome. What's in your pantry? What am I missing? What do I need? What does she need? Gotta have peanut butter. I have bread too, but I usually keep in the fridge. Probably doesn't matter though. Again, my house is cold. Well, it's my poppin' Saturday. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you again for always coming back every single day. We see you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.